Shall we sit and have a cozy little business meeting on how one can become a full-time creator in 6 to 12 months? Good. I am glad that you want to do that with me, because we need to start having some cozy business meetings. One with God first, but then also with each other, because we want to see each other win at this. Do we not? Yes, we do. Jesus, I will sing your praises forevermore. So if you have been thinking about doing this part or full time, I want to sit down here with you like we're having a cozy little coaching session and walk you through what that might actually look like in the next 6 to 12 months to set yourself up for success. I think we need to start doing this. I think business meetings on the channel here are a good idea. And one of the things that I want to integrate into this is some free YouTube audit giveaways on the channel, where maybe once a month I do a giveaway and I can do a free YouTube audit for somebody's channel. So hopefully if you enjoy this, you'll subscribe and you can start showing up to our business meetings throughout the month, with all planning that everything is subject to change, and that's okay. Things are going to evolve as we go along, but we do want to grasp on to clarity and structure. So once we have that foundation, that solid clarity foundation in place, and we build a good structured house, we can rearrange the furniture sometimes. We can change up the decor. We can paint the living room a different color. All of that stuff can happen as we go and we grow. But if the building itself is structurally unsound, we're not clear about the design and the flow of the house, all of that stuff is a lot harder and more expensive in the future to change. It's way harder to take out a wall, or it's way harder to fix the foundation than it is to rearrange the furniture. So first things first, we need to get clear on what we're building. I'm going to ask you some questions. Feel free to pause the video to write these down. And just so you know, I do have my 30-day online income clarity challenge. This helps walk you through the soft launch. It gives lots of prompts. It gives you these things to think about. So if you want something that you can go to every day and have a little mission, it's nothing overwhelming, but have a little mission that day to get you into some good habits in your business, I do have that available. And I also, if you are going to be YouTube focused, I have a completely free YouTube purpose to profit YouTube starter checklist, and that comes with a free 25-minute video training. All of that will be for you in the description box. But I just wanted to throw that out there, that I do have a clarity challenge, because for me in my business, one of the things that kept coming up over and over and over again that was holding me back, deterring me for a while from the full potential of my business, was a lack of clarity. So once I fully realized what that looked like and what that means, it changed the game for me. And so I wanted to create a clarity challenge for my students. So here's some questions. Why do you want to do this? What kind of life are you looking to build through this or alongside this? What does part-time or full-time actually mean to you financially? What are the deep reasons underneath what you're looking to do here? Why do you want to do this? What kind of life could this help you build? This works out and you stick with this and you actually have that extra money. What does that look like for you? Is it a process of paying off debt? Is there something that you want to save for? I would love to know what this could mean for you, because it's going to be different for everyone, but the foundational things that we're going to walk through are still the same. God has a different call and path for us. He has different reasons for us. He has us in different seasons of life and situations. The layers and the foundational layers that we are putting down are the same. So a lot of people say, I want to do this part-time, I want to do this full-time, but they never define what that means to them. So that's one thing that I want us to get clear on first. How much income or what type of resource or outcome would define part-time or full-time to you in order to achieve the goal of the reasons that you have for wanting to do this? months 0 to 2, whether you're launching or relaunching, there's going to be laying down foundation and positioning. Foundation and positioning, again, is the framework of our building or our home, and we want all of that to be solid and clear. Most people rush past this, and it is a huge mistake. This phase is about choosing our lane, choosing our focus, choosing our niche or our sub-niche, understanding who we're speaking to and what atmosphere or transformation that we are going to give to them when they find us, when we position ourselves properly and that ideal person is able to find us. And when I say atmosphere, what I mean is that not every single channel or brand or business online is about learning something. Some are more lifestyle based and they generate more of a feeling. There are videos online that do very well where nobody says a word, or they are review channels. You're not necessarily teaching something, but you're showing people what works the best in a certain niche. Atmosphere is a lifestyle channel where you are bringing somebody into something and giving them a feeling that they are looking to feel, whether it's peace or hope or excitement or joy. And you are giving that to them through the content, whether it's blog, video, audio, podcast, you are giving them a feeling. Value can be passion, it can be hobby, it can be instructional, it can be educational. You could be reporting back on something that they are looking into that they want to learn more about. So there's a whole lot of different categories, but we do want to get focused on who we're speaking to, why we're speaking to them, and what we are going to offer them when they find us. So here's some questions for you. Who am I helping? What problem am I solving or atmosphere am I offering? What type of content, and again, this is whether it's written, auditory, or visual, what type of content do I want to be known for? So when people hear your voice, see your photo, see your thumbnails, hear the name of your channel, what do you want to be known for? If YouTube is going to be your thing, which I highly recommend, no matter what you do a YouTube. It is a free central hub. It is where it's at. It's where the community building and the conversion is. And again, you can get my Purpose to Profit completely free YouTube starter checklist with the free training. I also have my YouTube Masterclass where we go deep into all things YouTube so that you can launch with clarity and success. And my course also comes with a private access link to a Skool community for ongoing connection and support. Months 2-ish to 4. Now this is of course depending on how much time, consistency, and effort you're putting into something, but months 2 to 4. Okay, consistency and skill building. This is where we want to start posting regularly. And in my masterclass, I teach my personal launch code formula, which is a little bit different than anything else that I've seen online. I have a very specific way of launching YouTube channels for success, but you're going to want to begin posting regularly. At this point, hopefully you've laid a really clear foundation with the other things that we've spoken about, and you know exactly who your audience is and what they're looking for, and so you're able to position yourself properly with the algorithm so that they can put your stuff in front of the right person. Then you're going to be growing skills on learning how to package all of this stuff properly so that when the algorithm puts your stuff in front of the right person, they actually want to click it, and then you learn how to deliver on the packaging in the internal stuff, in the actual content, so that that person wants to stay and come again. So we have things like learning how to film, even if it's a very, very simple setup, learning how to improve communication, maybe deciding what our send-off of our videos are going to be. And this is whether it's faceless or face forward. What's the send-off going to be? What's the hello going to be? How are we going to nail the first 30 seconds? Understanding what truly works right now, what is working for content, being willing to learn, get a little uncomfortable, and grow skills. And remembering that this is not about aiming for perfection. It's about aiming for progress, because the perfection thing will absolutely trip you up. Yes, it will. It will trip you up. Skill building on things like hooks, titles, thumbnails, and talking clearly but relatably to the camera, because quite frankly now with all the AI stuff and people not knowing what's completely real or not, people are not looking for robotic videos. They want it to feel real, but we also want to speak clearly and be able to, or if we're not even speaking, if it's just visual, we want to be able to articulate through what we're writing, through the visual or through the audio, what the person is looking for and what value we are attempting to deliver. Okay, months 3 to 6. Learn and let me know if you want to do other business meetings together where we just break down into deeper depth each month. And this is more of an overview, but if you want to go into deeper depth on any of this, let me know in the comments below. Months 3 to 6, this is where things are going to click a little bit more, okay? We're going to really start to decide what streams of monetization we feel good about, because we've explored a little bit and we're floating things out there, and we're going to really start to nail down what digital assets we want, what streams of income we want outside of the platform. This way we start to get those small wins. We have the long game in mind, but we absolutely begin to generate small wins outside of relying on the platform for monetization. If you lay the foundation properly and you are consistent, this is where you will probably start to notice videos performing better. You will understand your audience better. You will hopefully be generating feedback from your audience, things that you will be able to double down on, and then you can refine your content during this time with that feedback and with the things that you are learning. And again, that's the rearranging the furniture part. Hopefully we've laid a strong frame and foundation for the house, and now if you want to paint the room a different shade of blue, we can get into that. So here's some of your questions for months 3 to 6. What topics of mine are getting the most attention? Which videos have performed the best? Where are people dropping off? What part of my video seems to be where people drop off? What videos are not performing well? And what elements of the business so far feel the most natural for me to create? This is where feedback can become a very powerful teacher. Months 4 to 8, we want to dig more into the monetization, okay? Without the pressure and without being reliant on the platform, without chasing around the algorithm. He's just not that into you. We don't want to be chasing a boy around. That's just not that into us. You know what I mean? So we have to be in ownership of the digital assets that are working for us and then double down on it. The good news about this is that you don't need a huge following. You don't need a perfect channel. You can start with affiliate links, simple digital products, beginner offers, and recommendations. The thing is that the goal is not to force income. It's to start to really understand how value generates income and how positioning properly and packaging properly generates income. It's about, now you're really starting to see the picture of the assignment coming together, because maybe at the beginning you were in the inspiration phase. You could feel the things, the inspiration and the motivation, or the God putting little things on your heart. You're starting to see a bigger picture coming together, the big picture that he saw all along. But you're starting to see things click into place, and it's a kind of a mix of really cool and a little bit scary, but it's great. And I say scary just because it's the unknown that you're walking into, and you're realizing wait a minute, this could actually change my life. This could actually do this and this and this. This is where we are totally deciding how to build multiple streams of income and make the most out of every single thing that we're doing. Make the most out of all of the work that we are putting into everything. Months 6 to 12, things are going to become more structured. Now you're understanding your audience better, and now you're really pressing into understanding yourself better in the situation so you don't burn out. You might have limiting beliefs popping up, which you need to deal with. I have a whole video that I will link in the description box, one of my last videos that I really highly encourage you to watch if you're struggling with that. I don't want you to quit. I don't want you to quit before the finish line. And so we've built structures, we're dealing with feedback, we're understanding our audience, we're learning the skills about positioning and packaging. Now we're really pressing into what is working the best, what is feeling disingenuous to us at this point. And this is where we really want to make sure that we are having those business meetings with God. We're not falling off on that. We're not starting to rely on our own strength too much, because that, you can get caught up in that pretty easily. And so we want to make sure that we are continuing to press in. So even when we're feeling confused, it's like, well, I'm not sure what I'm doing this week, or I'm feeling lack of motivation, whatever it is, okay? And this is also the point where we're starting to figure out how our systems work. We're seeing the cracks in some of our systems, or we're seeing where the furniture just seems out of whack. And this is where you're going to really refine your content batching and what is going to work best for you so that you can stay consistent. So consistency systems, batching content, refining the message even more, and strengthening your offers or adding offers. Your posting schedule gets more refined. You have cleaner branding, really understand your branding, and you have stronger calls to action because you know what you're offering, you know who you're offering it to, and you know how you're offering it. So stronger calls to action. Here's some of the questions you have to keep asking. Am I improving steadily? Okay, not am I perfect at this already. Am I improving steadily? Am I being consistent? And if I'm not, why? What are the things that are happening? Be really honest with yourself. This is all stuff that you can do in your business meetings with God. Am I actually helping people with what I'm doing? And in what way am I helping the person that's finding me? Am I learning from my business and content? Am I being built while I'm building this? Am I improving? Are my values intact? Am I hustling till I drop? Am I exhausting myself? Or am I growing and learning and becoming better? This is about honest evaluation. People will rush the process. They will expect fast results, and they don't understand the balance between wins, small wins, and having a long game mentality. They don't take the time to learn the skill. That's just a reality. And they don't commit long enough, they tap out. Again, I have a video on not quitting and the top 5 reasons why people quit. So I'll put a link to that video for you in the description box. This works best for people who treat it like something that they are building properly with a clear message from the ground up, but also people who understand that they're being built in the process, not just a burst you have out of the gate and a testing for a few weeks. That's true of just about everything in life that we try to do and get better at, right? So it's not something you need to rush, it's something you need to commit to. This is a long-term relationship for sustainable success. And a year from now, your life could be different. A year from now, some of these things that you thought about at the beginning of this conversation about what this could mean for you, what it looks like for you, some of those things could come to pass in a world that's very unpredictable. And in a world where we're expected to fit into so many boxes, realizing that you stepped out and you did something with courage, something that's unexpected, something that a lot of people don't do, it's a really good and beautiful thing. Okay, so I'm totally rooting for you in this process. And I'm happy we were able to sit down and have our first business meeting. I was praying this morning and I thought, I was having a business meeting with God, and I thought business meetings would be a fun thing to sit here and do. I hope you enjoyed the first one, and I want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to spend it here with me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you're new here and you did enjoy it, I would love to have you subscribe so that we can visit again. My name is Lee, if you didn't know, and this is Homespun Income, where we are building and being built. And Lord willing, beautiful friends, I will see each and every one of you, beautiful souls, right here on the next one. And remember, with God, that you can do hard things.